Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I just come with a quick message. I got woke up concerning this message. God has given your enemies plenty of time to make it right with you. He have gave them plenty of times to come and to confess the things that they did. He said in his word, if you have a problem with anyone, that you should go to your brother and sister and discuss it with it. God said he has given these people time to come and make things right, to give you the things that was taken from you, to tell you the things that what has been done to you. And God said these people have not came forward and done what he have told him to do, and justice is here and now. You will receive your justice for everything, every wrong thing that you was done to. God said, when you knew the stuff was being done to you, but you didn't know by who, you kept pressing forward, but you knew the truth would come out. God said, it's here and now. He said, he allowed your enemies buku chances to come and make things right with you, but they choose to do things their way. They choose they were mightier and greater than him. So he said he is here and now. He is showing up and showing out and letting them know who has the ultimate power in their hands. Who is the Alpha and the Omega. Because these people think that they are mightier than God. These people feel like they can do whatever to whoever, and there's no consequences behind it. See, God say they done a lot of stuff to a lot of people, but he said it stops here and now with you. It stops here and now with you. He said, God said it was destined for y'all to cross paths so you can bring down this covenant. You could bring down these church people. You can bring down these neighbors. You could bring down these faulty landlords. You could bring down these faulty co-workers. You could bring it all down. God said it was here and now that y'all cross paths so that you could bring down. He needed you to step in so you could tear down these faulty things, because God said he had been trying to get people to move. He had been trying to shake up things for years. And God said they wasn't taking heeds and warnings to it. So God said he sent you in. God said you knew the assignment and you completed the assignment to bring these people to justice. God said to bring the truth to the light. God said, so he used you. He used you in a mighty way for his will and for his glory. And he said you completed the assignment because you understood the assignment. God said he allowed these people to do all these things just so he can get everything, rack up everything he needed to rack up for them to come, for them to go down for the things that they have done. God say, because of your obedience, he is blessing you. He said you was obedient and they were being disobedient because he told them to come make it right with you. But they allowed ego, pride. You heard me? They allowed ego and pride to get in their way to stop them from doing what God has called them to do. So God said he's going to make an example, you hear me, out of them. God said he's going to make an example out of them. God says they're going to live with this for the rest of their life. Regret even messing with you, coming against you, trying to harm you. God said they're going to regret it for the rest of their life. They're going to know that you are a chosen one. They're going to know that he has his hands on you. They're going to know that he has ordained you. He has called you out. God said they didn't want it to be you. They didn't want you to be the chosen one. They didn't want you to be the privileged one. They didn't want you to be the child of God. He said family, friends, cousins, aunties, uncles, lovers, neighbors, co-workers. He said all these people that came up against you, he said it was a group of them. They rallied a group of them. He said, and he has told your enemies to come make things right with you, and they didn't want to do it. So God say, here and now, he's put his foot down, says justice is here and now. Say you reap what you sow, so be careful of the seeds you sowing. God said then you have to sow some of the seeds they sowed against you, but because you are who he said you were, they didn't like it. They didn't want you to be who he has called called you to be. They didn't want you to be who you was telling them who you were. They felt like you didn't deserve it. They felt like you wasn't worthy of it. They felt like you didn't meet the criteria. But God said, since they felt like they can judge you, God said while they was pointing one finger at you, God say they had 10 at them. God say while they was trying to remove a speck from out your eye, God said they had multiple planks in their eye, and say, God say, guess what? Now those planks are being removed one by one. One by one, them planks is removed from out their eye. And God say stuff that they thought that was hidden that they did in their life is all being exposed. God say everything is coming to the surface because he told your enemies to make it right with you. He said, so they didn't want to make it right. So guess what? God said, now he's airing out everything. Say no crooked path is going to go unturned. My Lord Jesus. God say no crooked path is going to go unturned. He said everything that they tried to throw crooked in your way, knowing that your path was straight. God say, but they tried to make their path straight and their path was crooked. He say, so guess what? He's going to unturn them paths that they tried to make crooked for you and make themselves straight. God says he's handling the situation. He said you don't have to do anything but keep praying, keep pressing, and keep praising. God said because he's taking care of your enemies. He's fighting this battle for you. Said the battle was not yours, it is the Lord's. And he said he is going to fight for you. He is going to fight for you. He said he's fighting on your behalf. He said he has anointed you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. He said he's going to lead and carry you wherever you need to go. God said because of your obedience to him, he's taking care of these people. These people had all the time in the world to make things right. They still kept coming around you. They still kept calling your phone. They still kept laying in the bed with you. They still kept doing all these things when they could have just been made it right with you. But God says since they want to have a hard head, he's going to show them. He's going to show them who's the ultimate judge. You understand? He say, well, either they're going to be carried by 6 or carried by 12. He say, either way, you're going to get your karmic justice. Karmic justice is here and now. God said, good job. Good job, he said. Well, it's your girl, Bree, and I'm going to sign out. Peace.